In a land shrouded by the mists of time, where the rivers ran wide and the mountains stood tall as ancient sentinels, there lived a noble child, destined to change the course of history. This is the story of Hazrat Musa, peace be upon him, whose life would become a beacon of guidance, perseverance, and faith for generations. Long ago, the children of Israel lived under the rule of a powerful, unyielding Pharaoh. Their days were marked by hardship and sorrow, as they toiled endlessly under the sun, building monuments and cities for their rulers. The Pharaoh, fearing the growing strength and unity of the Israelites, decreed a cruel law. Every newborn boy among them was to be cast into the river, never to see the light of day. Amidst this anguish, a mother held her infant son close, her heart trembling with love and fear. She could not bear the thought of her child meeting such a fate. Driven by faith and courage, she crafted a small, watertight basket and gently placed her baby within it. With a silent prayer to her Lord, she set the basket afloat upon the Nile, entrusting her precious son to the mercy of the Almighty. The basket drifted along the river's gentle current, passing reeds and lilies, watched over by unseen angels. It came to rest near the palace of Pharaoh, where the daughter of the ruler walked along the riverbank. Hearing the faint cries of the child, she drew near and opened the basket. Her heart melted at the sight of the beautiful baby, and she resolved to raise him as her own, unaware that this child would one day challenge the might of her own father. Thus, Hazrat Musa grew up in the lap of luxury, receiving the finest education and learning the ways of the world. Yet, within his heart, there was a yearning, a sense of belonging elsewhere. He watched the suffering of his people with deep compassion, never forgetting the ties that bound him to them. As he matured, Musa's sense of justice burned ever brighter. One day, while walking through the city, Musa witnessed an Egyptian taskmaster striking an Israelite slave. His heart ached at the injustice, and in a moment of passion, he intervened. In the struggle, the taskmaster lost his life. Fearful for what he had done, Musa fled the city, seeking refuge in the distant land of Midian. In this new land, Musa found solace and purpose. He helped two sisters draw water from a well, and in gratitude, their father, an old and wise man, offered Musa shelter and later the hand of one of his daughters in marriage. For years, Musa lived a life of simplicity, tending to his family and his flock. Yet, destiny had greater plans for him. One fateful night, as Musa guided his sheep across the wilderness, he noticed a strange glowing light atop Mount Sinai. Drawn by curiosity and awe, he approached the radiant bush. To his astonishment, the bush burned with a brilliant flame but was not consumed. From within the light, a voice called out, clear, majestic, and full of mercy. It was the voice of Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. "Musa," the voice declared, "I have chosen you. Go forth to Pharaoh and deliver my message. Free my people from their bondage." Musa trembled, humbled by the enormity of the task before him. He pleaded with his Lord, expressing his fears and his doubts. He worried that his speech might falter, and that Pharaoh's might would crush him. In his wisdom and mercy, Allah reassured Musa, granting him signs and miracles, and appointing his brother, Harun, as his companion and helper. With faith in his heart, Musa returned to Egypt, confronting Pharaoh with a message of justice and compassion. "Let my people go," he demanded, "so that they may worship their Lord in freedom." Pharaoh, proud and unyielding, dismissed Musa's words, mocking his signs and challenging his authority. But Musa, with the help of Allah, revealed miracles that astounded all who witnessed them: the staff that turned into a serpent, the hand that shone with a dazzling light, and other signs that defied human explanation. Despite these wonders, Pharaoh's heart remained hardened. He increased the Israelites' suffering, hoping to break their spirit. But Musa stood firm, guiding his people with patience and wisdom. He called upon them to remain steadfast in faith, assuring them that deliverance was near. And so, after a series of calamities sent as warnings, rivers of blood, swarms of locusts and frogs, and darkness that blotted out the sun, Pharaoh at last relented, allowing the Israelites to leave. In the dead of night, guided by Musa, the children of Israel began their journey to freedom, their hearts pounding with hope and trepidation. But Pharaoh's regret turned to rage, and he marshaled his army to pursue the fleeing Israelites. Trapped between the advancing soldiers and the vast, impassable sea, the people cried out in despair. Yet Musa, unwavering in his trust, raised his staff at Allah's command. The sea parted, opening a path of salvation, and the Israelites crossed to safety, while Pharaoh and his army were engulfed by the returning waters. From that day forward, Musa led his people through the wilderness, teaching them the commandments of their Lord, guiding them through trials, and reminding them always to place their trust in Allah. He faced challenges, moments of doubt, disputes among his followers, and the burden of leadership, but he remained a model of patience, humility, and steadfast faith. The legacy of Hazrat Musa, peace be upon him, endures to this day. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, faith can light the way. His courage in the face of oppression, his compassion for the weak, and his unwavering trust in his Lord continue to inspire all who hear his tale. Through his journey, we learn that the path to freedom and truth is not without hardship, but with faith, perseverance, and the guidance of the Almighty. Even the most insurmountable obstacles can be overcome. So, let us remember the lessons of Hazrat Musa: to stand against injustice, to care for those in need, and to trust in the wisdom and mercy of our Creator. For his story is not just one of the past, it is a living legacy calling us to walk with courage, compassion, and faith in every age.